Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Izzy here if this is your first time. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I know I've been away for such a long time. And I also noticed that in my absence, we hit 2,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you do not mind, you could introduce yourself in the comments. So just say your name and any other detail that you'd like to include. Anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I created these Marley Twists. And the good thing about this video is it's beginner friendly and it's also intermediate level friendly. So I'm going to be showing you 3 methods that you can use to achieve a Marley Twist. Even if you have never done a Marley Twist in your life before, don't worry. This tutorial is quite detailed and all of the instructions are stepwise. So yeah, we're just going to get to the tutorial. So I'll be using this brand of Marley braiding hair. Any brand you're able to lay your hands on, as long as it's Marley hair, it will get the job done, so no worries. And this one measures about 22 inches. I'm also going to be using this 2-in-1 applicator comb brush, a rat tail comb, white tooth comb, sectioning clips, the Swiss Jardin bergamot hairdress, this is a fave, shine and jam conditioning gel, gorilla snot, Forever Yourself hair mist, Forever Yourself hair and scalp oil, and water in Flairosol can. I started on freshly washed hair from 2 nights ago. So all I did was remoisturize, detangle, and section my hair before installing the twist. To moisturize, I used water, the Forever Yourself hair mist, and Swiss Jardin bergamot hairdress. So basically, I took a section, spritzed water, spritzed the hair mist, detangled with a white tooth comb, then applied the bergamot hairdress before putting the finished section in a large twist. Guys, whatever you do, please do not skip this process of moisturizing, detangling, and sealing your hair whenever you're getting a protective style, especially if you intend to wear it for longer than a week. Now, the downside to not properly prepping your hair prior a protective style is that eventually your hair will get dry and it will become more susceptible to breakage, and that contradicts the entire goal of protective styling. The upsides, there are no upsides. So I'm done prepping my hair now, and I'm starting in the back area. Kind of gives me better control over how the entire look would come together. I'm sectioning my hair in crescent parts. You don't have to do the crescent parts. If you're a beginner, box parts are best for you. I used 4 strands of braiding hair for each section of hair. This hair feels like a kinky blowout, and because the ends are lumpy, you want to fluff each strand for a more natural finish. But to do that, take a strand of the braiding hair, hold steady at any point along the hair strand, then gently tease the ends with the tips of your fingers, and gradually work your way up and continue teasing. Now when you've reached the midpoint of the hair, switch to the other end and repeat the teasing technique. I hope that's clear enough. If it's not clear, you can just, go back and watch this again. So I did that for all 4 strands before beginning to twist. And if possible, fluff the extensions and put them in rows of 4, maybe a day to installation. It would actually save you styling time, trust me. Forgot to mention that in order to get that tapered finish towards the end of your twist, it is important to stagger the strands of the braiding hair. So basically just place each strand slightly above the previous one, as if to mimic the placement of steps along a stairway. If you have staggered correctly, your braiding hair should have uniform ends when you fold it at the center. Notice how the thickness gradually reduces into a tapered end. You should have something similar to this after you have tapered or staggered properly. The first method I'm going to show you is the knotless method. The technique involves splitting your own hair in two nearly equal parts, placing the center of the braiding hair such that it lies between your own hair. Then you're going to pair the braiding hair with your actual hair. Now to the first pair of braiding hair and real hair, I rotated the pair clockwise until it was flush with my scalp. Now because my left hand is my dominant hand, I had to transfer the rotated pair to my right hand to enable me use my left hand in rotating the remaining pair. So I mean, when you're doing this, you basically know which hand works best for you when you're braiding. So just be sure to utilize that and get the job done. Whichever hand you choose to use, as long as it gets the job done, that's all that really matters. So I also rotated the other pair until it was flush to my scalp. Then I went on to twist. Now you notice that I'm not just twisting as usual. I'm actually twirling as I twist. This is so that the hair doesn't unravel. And in most cases, it's at this point where things get tricky. So you may have to do a few trials before you get it right if you're a beginner. I twirled and twisted until the end. If you do not twist to the end, the section is definitely going to come undone once you let it go. So be sure to twist to the end so that you don't waste your effort. So I went off camera to do a few more twists. And now for the second method, the rubber band method. This one is best for beginners as it only requires you to secure the section of hair you're working with a rubber band. I like to put some oil on the band so it doesn't snag on my hair. So once the section is secure, split your hair in two and pull the two sides apart for a better grip. Now I'm going to take the piece of braiding hair and crochet it through my hair. After you've crocheted the braiding hair through, you want to make sure that the center of the braiding hair is positioned such that both legs are parallel to each other before you start twisting. When you've confirmed that they are both at the same height, you're just going to start twirling and twisting like we did before until you reach the end of the twist. Now for the third method, I'm going to be braiding the base before twisting. So this is the opposite of the first method I showed, the knotless method, because braiding the base creates a knot for you to now twist from. So I'll just let you watch it and understand the technique for yourself. For the rest part of my hair, I use the knotless method all through. Guys, the method you choose to use doesn't really matter, but here are a few things you need to keep in mind about each method. So for the first method, which was the knotless method, aka my fave, this method happens to be the most flattering in my opinion, and I say this because it gives the illusion of hair that is growing out of your scalp. For the second method is the rubber band method. This for me is the least secure because if the band snaps, your roots would look poofy, loose, and very unsexy. Now for the third method, which is the braided base or the knotted base, this one creates the most tension and is also the most secure as there's almost no chance of it unraveling. So yeah, I thought I'll let you guys know, high points of each of these methods. At the end of the day, just choose a method that works best for you and is compatible with your skill level as well. After I was done, I applied some Gorilla Snot gel to my edges just to pull it all together. Accessories are optional, so I added two cowries. One was sewn in while the other was attached with a herring. So say for example, you want to have the cowries in your hair until you're ready to take it down. You definitely want to consider sewing it in with a needle and thread so that way it's a lot more secure and chances are it's not going to fall off. But if you want temporary accessories, simply just attach it and detach at will. So guys, here is the final look. I'm just going to turn around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I also hope that you can now attempt installing Marley Twists on your own if you cannot afford to go to a stylist or anything of sort. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.